Mr. Mahershala Ali. Okay, so it says Blade will reportedly be an origin story for both Mahershala Ali's Blade and the Ebony Blade. Many of its elements will be set in the past, similar to how the structure of Eternals was handled. That was from the Cosmic Circus. So, if you don't know what the Ebony Blade is, that is Black Knight's sword. Okay, it is basically just, to make it long story short, it's just a magical sword. And so, when they are talking about many of the elements being set in the past, similar to how the structure of the Eternals is, my guess, and just to give you guys context, is that they are most likely going to start really far back in the past and kind of like work their way up to a modern time. So how do you guys feel about that possible rumor?
I don't think this movie's happening. No, again, I've been on the record to say I'm not a big fan of the idea of Mahershala Ali being Blade. So if I get past that, look, I just want a Blade movie at this point. I don't really care what they do. I just want it to be good. We haven't had a good Blade movie in what, 20 years now? I mean, at this point, all these rumors, all of these different leaks that we've heard from it focusing on his daughter and three women instead of Blade to this now. I mean, at this point, what can we believe? I think it does need we need to have some input on the Ebony Blade just because of what happened at the end of Eternals. I think there needs to be some connection to Eternals because of what happened at the mid-credit scenes of Eternals. But I just want, if they're going to make a Blade movie, it needs to be about Blade. It needs to be about who he is. It needs to dabble in the occult in some form or fashion, about the underbelly of the MCU, and there's vampires in the MCU. I mean, that's exciting. That's cool. That's what it needs to be. It doesn't need to be anything but that. Explain why there's vampires in the MCU. Explain that there's a vampire hunter in the MCU and make it a vampire movie. That's what they need to do. Plain and simple. That's it.
You know, I want to agree with you. And to some degree I do. But I don't want them to go so far back in time with Blade, just because, like, first of all, Blade is New York, right? I'm pretty sure Blade's in New York City, not LA. Okay, so on that note, like, I want to see a modern looking New York City. Like, that to me was one of the cool parts about the Blade movies with Wesley Snipes. I don't want to see some ancient gothic vampire movie. So I would like to see something more in the recent setting. Otherwise, other than that, I don't really care what they do.
I want Blade to be all over the world. I don't really want a New York story. There's a lot of characters in New York. Why the hell do I want this dude in New York?
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker, so I might be a little biased.
Yeah, for sure. So I would like a more of an ancient story, because I'm a lore guy, so I like that stuff.
Yeah.
I would love to get like an ancient story, and I would love that to kind of link to kind of a more modern time. And I think that introducing Black Knight and telling his story through Blade 1 is a perfect way to bring him on as a character and to introduce the Midnight Sun stuff and all of that jazz. So I think that there's a lot of potential there. The only question that I have is like because I think Mahershala Ali is going to do a great job. I think Mahershala Ali is a great actor, and the question I have is like, what is this going to build up to, and like what is the future for Mahershala Ali's Blade like? Because to me, this feels like a one-off movie. Not going to lie to you guys. And to be honest, if you're going to do a one-off Blade movie, just do it like Werewolf by Night and give me a special present. Do a freaking Marvel Disney Plus special and just call it a day. I really hope that this is linked to something else, and that's how I personally feel, man. But I mean, I think this plot is cool. I mean, I think the past coming to the modern times is cool. We'll just have to see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. My excitement for Blade has gone down because there's just been so many rumors and changes, and it's not like exciting me. Like versus like where like Spider-Man's getting a lot of rumors, you know what I mean? And it gets me hyped up to see that, you know. With Blade, it's not like I don't know how to explain. It's just not. I'm not really feeling it. So yeah. All right.